Good morning and welcome to the News Hub. I'm Simon Constable. The Islamic militants known as ISIS are now building on their military successes in Iraq by trying to recruit Westerners, and they're doing this through English language videos. The message from ISIS: join us in forming a Sunni-led religious state spanning from the Mediterranean to the Persian Gulf. And joining us now from Baghdad with more on the jihadist group's recruitment efforts, we have Maria Abi-Habib of the Wall Street Journal. Maria, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
One would have thought that recruitment efforts would be, generally in established states, but this is actually quite a sophisticated effort, isn't it?
An incredibly sophisticated effort, and this video coincides with the group ISIS's first English language Twitter accounts, Russian Twitter accounts, Albanian Twitter accounts, French Twitter accounts, and German. There might even be some out there that we haven't seen, but that's a huge drive.
They're asking for two things, aren't they? One is to basically come to Iraq and fight with the Sunnis against the Shiites, and there's something else too.
Yeah, I mean that's very that's a good way to assess it. It is a Shia-Sunni fight, unfortunately. At the end of the day, all you need is a minority to infringe on the majority. I mean, a lot of Sunnis in Iraq do not feel this way necessarily about the Shias in such a sectarian way. I mean, some of them feel politically that the Shias are really, the Shia leadership, I should say, in Baghdad, the government of Nouri al-Maliki, is taking steps to try and, reduce their power politically. So there's that, and then at the end of the day, when you have a disenfranchised Muslim population in Europe and in the U.S., very fertile breeding ground.
Very fertile breeding ground, and what they're also saying, which was what I was pointing to earlier, was that if even for people they want to recruit, if they don't want to go fight, they're saying, hey, you can still do jihad if you send money, and they use some very graphic examples of send us some money and we'll buy some missiles, some bombs, and cause damage there.
Yes, that's right. That's what a lot of private Gulf donors have been doing for, years now, is they send, very hefty checks over to ISIS and other al-Qaeda groups, really, which has, helped the group, develop robust coffers. But at the end of the day, that private funding is nowhere near what the group gains from extortion rackets, kidnapping, things like that.
And bank robberies, notably quite a famous one recently. Maria, you're in Baghdad now. What is the mood there? I know that the militants are, closing in on Baghdad. Are people scared? Are they confident that the military can fight them off?
Yes, there is that fear, which is why we've seen a lot of recruits to the Shia militias. I was speaking to one of the chief recruiters for the Mahdi army, which is under Muqtada al-Sadr, and he was saying that there's something like 25,000 recruits in the last week and a half. Usually I scoff at figures like that because they're, everybody likes to exaggerate and beef up their numbers to make them seem more scary. But I have to say, showing up at the Mahdi army rally, which is now being called Peace Brigades, I mean, it just kept coming and coming. There were thousands. I was quite shocked. I haven't seen a display of force like that from a non-conventional military ever in my life, and they were very well armed.
Okay, we're gonna leave it there. Thank you very much, Maria Abi-Habib.